Well, now our Suburban Spotlight. This month we are heading out to many of the suburbs to visit with you across the Chicago area. And this morning we head southwest to Joliet. And my pal, yes, ABC7 meteorologist Phil Schwartz is out there, joins us live right now. Hey, Phil, just got off the phone with you. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Tracy. When we were driving out here, we didn't hit any rain until we got almost to Joliet, and we are beginning to see some light rain here right now. It's interesting, while downtown will struggle to get to 50 degrees, here in Joliet, a different sort of day. As you can see, what we are expecting are clouds to be with us throughout much of the day. There will be off again, on again rain showers, but it will be a little bit warmer down here in Joliet as we get away from the lake and closer to the frontal boundary that's holding to our south. So even though it might be a little bit wetter, it will be a little bit warmer as afternoon highs should get close to 60 degrees. We are actually at the Historical Museum here in Joliet, which is also the Route 66 Museum and kind of a welcome center. Joining me now is Tony Cantos. He is the director of the museum. Tell me some of the things that people will see when they come in here.
Well, they're going to walk into this welcome center for Route 66 tourists. You get to come here if you want to sit down and watch your selected state in Route 66. You can do that from Illinois to Missouri, whatever the case might be. Tell the story of Route 66 down here. You go up the stairs into formerly a 100-year-old church that's been converted into the story of Joliet. And there are multiple stories to tell about Joliet over the so many years that we've been in existence.
Yeah, I walked through, they have like a remake of the whole canal up there, and everybody knows about the canal, and it has a little bit about the Rialto. But this welcome center is kind of interesting. How many people do you get in here on average in a year, and where do they come from?
Sum total, we get 24,000 people on an average. The interesting thing for us is that the data shows that people come from an average of 37 states in this country and 34 countries from around the world. It's not unusual to look out on a summer day and see a group of motorcyclists that have come from Germany. They've rented their motorcycles in Chicago, and they're about to begin their trip down Route 66. So it's a variety of people from around the world.
Yeah, I was just walking through here. It really is an interesting museum. You got the Welcome Center here for Route 66 and some great information on the board right behind us here. Tony, thank you for joining us this morning. We're going to be out here throughout the morning showing you some other interesting things. This building is absolutely beautiful, this new modern part, and you have the older part, and that was a converted church.
It's a converted church.
Excellent, excellent. All right, thanks for joining us, Tony. We're going to be back here. We have lots of people. They're all being very quiet. We have some palms, we have a marching band, and we'll tell you much more about Joliet coming up throughout the show. Jose, Judy, and Tracy, back to you.
Wow, marching band came out for Phil. Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice, Phil.
It looks like a cool place, Phil. We'll see you in a few.
And now our Suburban Spotlight for you this morning. This month, we are heading out to the suburbs to visit with all of you across the Chicago area.
This morning, we're headed southwest to Joliet. ABC7 meteorologist Phil Schwartz is there, and he joins us now live. Phil?
Hi, Phil.
Hey, Jose, Judy, we are going to have some fun here in just a minute and see some very interesting things that you might not have known about it that exist down here in Joliet. More on that in just a minute, but let's talk about the weather because we are seeing a little bit of light rain right now here in Joliet. Nothing all that heavy, but we could see some more off-again, on-again light rain here in the Joliet area. More so here than in the city, and you can see temperatures will climb to near 60 degrees. So it's not going to be as cool as it will be downtown, but it could be a little bit wetter. Joining me now is Richard Fredrickson. Sorry about that on the name. And what is your job here in Joliet?
I'm the marketing director for the downtown area of the City of Joliet and the City Center Partnership. And just before, you were doing some shots of our mascots from the Slammers, Joliet Slammers. Opening day is May 17th. The guys are out in the rain probably today. There's tryouts out there for the ball players. We've got about 36 players now. We're going to get down to about 24. And these two characters will be out there. And a new dog is going to be brought in that gets the bat and some fun stuff for everyone. Great pricing, and I think the tickets are like somewhere around like $5 to get in there.
Yeah.
And it's great family fun at Silver Cross Field in Joliet, and it's part of our whole downtown picture. And these characters will be there at every game.
J.L. Bird and Spikes. That's their names. But obviously that's just one activity going down. Nice hat, nice hat. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up with the Star Wars Day. I know that's a big event here in Joliet. When is that, and what does that entail?
It's June 1st. It's the fourth year that they've had this. It was a mission of the library, really, to get young boys to read. So they put out the Star Wars books, and it was fantastically successful the first year. It was no advertising, no publicity. 300 people showed up. Last year, about 2,000 people showed up, 3,000 to 4,000 expected this year. June 1st, from 10 o'clock in the morning to 4 p.m., we're going to have 2 legions there. The 501st Legion will be there. There'll be hundreds of characters in their Star Wars wardrobes and games for kids. It's all free to the families. It's June 1st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in downtown Joliet at the library. And this museum, for the first time, is joining in. So there's going to be the Joliet Historical Museum and the library together. It's going to be a fun time for all you families out there.
And that's June 1st. Now, obviously, a landmark building here is the Rialto. Tell me a little bit about that, if people want to come down and see that, because I know there's a lot of people who are really into the nostalgia and the history of the building.
Rialto's been around since 1926, entertaining people from all ages. Continues to be that. It's the mainstay. It's the anchor of downtown Joliet. And new last year and enhanced this year, tours of the Rialto Theater, tours of this museum, tours of our ironworks, which is the history of the Bessemer ovens, the history. The mascot, which is a Steelman mascot, was behind those 2 other characters from the great Joliet Central High School and their drum line here today. That is also the Bicentennial Park, the Bluff Street, the old downtown, and the tours. You can go to downtownjoliet.com for the rest of the story.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Richard. Want to finish with the Joliet Central Marching Band and the 2 dancing mascots. Band, take it away. Hey, Tracy, we have moved outside, and let me tell you, it is still chilly down here. But as we go through the day, things will get a little bit better, a little bit damp down here in Joliet. We're seeing a little light rain. That could be the trend through the day. Highs, though, a little warmer than the city, getting up towards 60 degrees by the afternoon hours, but plenty of clouds throughout the day. So not the nicest of days, but summer's just around the corner, and obviously that means cars, and that's part of the theme that we're going with this morning. Joining me now is Scott Paddock. Scott, you are with the Speedway here. Tell me a little bit about the Speedway and the events you have coming up.
Sure. Well, it's really amazing to think about 2 major motorsports venues, premier ones in the country, right here in our backyard in Joliet, a short drive from downtown Chicago. Chicagoland Speedway has been a mainstay on the NASCAR circuit for more than a decade, and Route 66 Raceway, a state-of-the-art drag racing facility that'll welcome the NHRA Nationals, names like John Force and Tony Schumacher in late June. But we've got about 100 events over the course of the racing season, everything from bringing your own car out to drive the drag strip, to demolition derbies, to these major NASCAR and NHRA event weekends.
I have always wanted to try demolition derby. I just have yet to get the nerve up, and I think I'm getting a little bit old. But this is the official pace car right here. For how many events do you guys actually use this?
Sure, we'll use this on our major NASCAR event weekends, and for the 3rd year in a row, we're privileged to host the kickoff race in NASCAR's chase for the Sprint Cup, the start of the playoffs for one of the most watched and followed sports in America, Geico 400. And even if you're not an avid car racing fan, people want to come out and experience the spectacle that NASCAR stock car racing is, the pageantry, the festival, much like the Kentucky Derby. Even if you're not an avid horse racing fan, the pageantry, the spectacle, that's what a NASCAR Sprint Cup race is all about.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate it, Scott. I want to show you something else that happens here in Joliet during the summer, and that would be cruise nights. This is Ron. Ron, I was going to try to say your last name, but I'll leave it up to you. Blazekovich. Ron, what kind of car do you have here, and when is cruise night?
This is a 67 Oldsmobile 442, and the Joliet Cruise is the 3rd Thursday of the month, May, June, July, August.
Can you fire it up for us real quick?
Sure.
Okay, watch the cord. He's going to just fire it up, and then we'll finish up out here. Tracy, let me know. I know you like fast cars like this, but listen to this thing. He's going to fire it up. It's just going to take a few seconds, so bear with us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of personally like my 78 Yugo, but this thing probably would beat it in a straight 0 to 60 race here. Reporting live in Joliet, Phil Schwartz, ABC 7 News. We're going to go back inside here in half an hour. I have some wonderful things to show you. It really is an amazing city, and there's some very cool things that you have to check out if you ever get down this way. Hey, Jose, Judy, you know, it is amazing all the stuff that they have going on down here in Joliet. We'll share that with you in just a minute. Let's talk about the weather forecast here because it is kind of gray. We've seen a little light rain this morning. And as you go through the day, temperatures here will be a bit warmer than in the city where we'll get that northeast wind off the lake. So highs today in Joliet, near 60 degrees, but there will be some periods of light rain, especially through the midday period. So let's go back. I want to talk right now to the mayor. This is Tom Geronti and the city manager, Tom Thanos. Tell me, what do you want people to take away when they come to Joliet?
Well, no matter what your pleasure is, whether it's NASCAR, NHRA, road racing, history buff, we have the museum. Rialto has concerts. We have 2 casinos if you want to gamble a little bit. No matter what you like, we have it here in Joliet, and we're very proud of it. I think Joliet is probably one of the only cities that has all that to offer, and I'm including Las Vegas in this, that has all that to offer.
You think it's better than Vegas?
Well, other than the weather,
yes.
It's
different. And what are some of the challenges you have with managing this?
Yeah, we fought through the recession of 2008 and been able to stabilize the budget. And the good news for Joliet is we've become the world's largest inland port. We're the economic engine of Illinois right now. Businesses are choosing to come to Joliet, so we're very excited about that.
Excellent. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. It is really amazing. One of the most beautiful buildings is the Rialto Theater. They have Star Wars Day coming up, the Joliet Slammers baseball season opener is coming up. You can see some of the Star Wars characters here. We have the Palms out. We have the Joliet Central award-winning band, and we're going to hear them perform now as we wrap up our show.